Hello everyone, I am Leela Prabhugaonkar and I am from the Bodhi Academy. So today we'll continue with this chapter, that is determination of income and employment. So we have seen what are the different definitions of marginal propensity to consume. Then we have seen marginal propensity to save, average propensity to consume, and average propensity to save. So today we'll see with regards to consumption function. Okay. So we'll learn about the consumption function today. So the question can be asked as explain consumption function. Explain consumption. Explain consumption function with the help of neat label diagram. With the help of neat label diagram. Okay. So now consumption function or propensity to consume. Average the ability of propensity to consume. So here what we are dealing is we are looking at how much is the income of the consumer and what relation is with consumption. Okay. So consumption function is the functional relation between consumption and income. So it's a functional relationship between, it is a functional relationship between consumption and income. So here we have to assume consumption is equal to F multiplied by Y, where F is a functional relation, okay, between consumption and income. So in order to understand the consumption function, the first thing is that we have to draw the diagram. Now here income and consumption is given. Income we denote it as Y, consumption we denote it as C. Okay. So when income, let's suppose here income is given as 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Consumption here it is given as 40, 120, 40, 120, 200, 280, 360, 440 and 520. Okay. So now here if we can see, when income, this is income, when income is 0, consumption is still there, consumption is 40. So it means that this is a part of saving. If we can see, this is a part of saving. But when consumption is 40 and when the income is 0, okay, income is low and still you are consuming, it means that you are using your past savings. Here you are using your past savings, or you are borrowing money for consumption. Okay. Then if we can see, when income is 100, consumption is more. So it means that when income is less, your consumption is more over here. Consumption is more. So the next part, if you can see, when income is 200, consumption is also 200. So this means that this is the point of break even. Okay, so this is a break even point. And when there is a break even point, so it means that your savings are equal to 0. Okay, if we can assume that savings are 0 and your Y is equal to C. So it means that your income is equal to consumption here. And when income is equal to consumption, that time we achieve a break even point. Okay. The next part, if we can see of this schedule, is when income is 300, our consumption is 280. Then if we can see this part, our income is 400, then it's 360. When income is 500, then it is 440. So it means that when income is more, your consumption is less. consumption is less. Okay, so this is what consumption function is. And so now here, since the consumption is less, it means that some part of the income we are saving. Okay, because income is 300, consumption is less, right? So it means that some part of the saving, some part of the income, some part of the income we are saving. We are saving. Okay, then with the help of this schedule we have to draw the diagram. So how we are going to draw the diagram? We just have to draw x-axis and the y-axis, and this is just a freehand curve. So and we have to assume that this will be the 45-degree line. Okay, this is a 45-degree line, 45-degree. So this is income is 45-degree line over here. Now consumption curve, it is always, it is greater than income, right? So it will come, it starts, we have to take it from above the origin. So here if we can take the consumption, so then a consumption curve is intersecting at this point, and this point is called as break-even point. Okay, so this is our break-even point over here. So if we can see now, there are two assumptions with regards to break-even point. The first thing, is that break-even point will occur when our y is equal to c, when income is equal to consumption, then when our savings are equal to 0. Okay, so these are some of the assumptions what we have to take into consideration. Savings are equal to 0. Okay, then this part, if we can see, this part is it is called as dish savings. Okay, this part is our dish saving, and this part is called as your savings part. Okay, then so there are some points which we have to take into consideration. Okay, whenever we draw the consumption function graph. So the first point what we have to remember is consumption curve starts, consumption curve starts from a point which is above origin, origin, ORIGIN. Okay, then so consumption curve starts from a point which is above origin, and this is because of the autonomous consumption. And how do we denote autonomous consumption? We denote as C bar. Okay, this is because of autonomous, AUTONOMS. Okay, autonomous consumption. Then this is because of autonomous consumption. Then next, slope of consumption curve. Now always the slope of the consumption curve is so the slope of the consumption curve is, it is positive sloping straight line. Okay, so it is positive sloping straight line. Then slope of consumption curve is positive sloping straight line. Positive sloping straight line. Then this is the second point. The third one is when income is less. Now here if we can see, our income is less than consumption. Okay, so when income is less than consumption, So that is when our income is less than the consumption, that is after the break even point. Yes, so this gap is covered by this saving. So this gap is covered by this savings. Then when income, if we can see, when income is equal to consumption, here if we have seen, so when income is equal to consumption, this point is known as break even point. So when income is equal to this point is known as break even point. Okay, then the next point, the fifth point, what we have to understand with regards to consumption function is when income is more than when income is more, here if you can see, when income is more after the break even point, this gap is covered by savings. So this gap is, how it is covered, it is covered by savings. Okay, so when income is more, when income is more, then that is after break even point, after break even point, then this gap is covered by saving. This gap is covered by savings. Okay, so these are some of the points what we have to understand with regards to consumption function. And then this is a freehand curve, what you have to understand, x-axis and y-axis. Here income will come and here consumption will come. Okay, this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. Okay, so this is what your consumption function is. Thank you for watching my video.